So it's getting towards the end of winter. Just anchored up here in Swan Bay and thought I'd give you a quick look at how I'm set up. Got the fenders in. I'm on the bow, so it will give you an idea why there's an LED light bar just there. The horn, the fitting for the light just plugs in, but it was just after dawn when I launched, so I didn't need that. I've got the anchor out, so that's the box that contains the anchor and the rode and chain and bits and pieces, so looking towards the stern. Hatch solar panels, sliding hatch in Bimini with a paddle just in case. So coming down into the forward end, I'll see if I can do this without embarrassing myself. Oh, it could be good for YouTube, couldn't it? I've got some canvas over the mattresses just because I'm not using them at the moment because it's winter. So, some sponge cushions there just to sit on the foredeck. Oh, that's the anchor light. Just plugs in, but it sits in here when I'm towing. I towed for about half an hour to get here this morning. The forward companionway has these over centre clamps that just lock it in place down onto the, there's some holes in the carpet. The other bed on this side as we go forward behind the curtain, porta potty, porthole, toilet roll holder and an automatic light. That comes on if needed when it's dark enough. On this side, hanging for the life vests, some storage boxes, library, more storage underneath, the water drum, carbon monoxide and smoke detectors are just here with the extinguisher, and of course the essential hand sanitizer on this side, but I chose that primarily because I didn't want to use all my water. So the water comes just through a pipe set in this drum, pumps out here with a standard marine hand pump. A mixing bowl from the local supermarket, just with a fitting in the bottom to attach 19mm hose, just goes down into the waste bucket, which I can then take out and empty at home. Bilge pump just behind that, goes straight up and out, a 90-degree fitting in the whole side, a bit of flotation there as well. So to get your bearings, I'm still looking towards the stern. Galley on the starboard side. This is just the hatch for what over here we call an esky, but it's a cool ice by Waco. It's only a 22 litre, as it says, but I use bottles of water, which are ice when they start and water when they finish. Sliding drawer on stainless drawer slides just to contain all the crockery and cutlery and odds and sods. Basket containing more tea, coffee, a billy, bits and pieces. Kettle just sitting on the floor, haven't got anywhere really for that, but it lives there when I'm not using it. So a little gas cooker with spare canisters somewhere. I think they're up the front. Something for the garbage, trash, knives. This locks up just to stop it bashing around. Paper towel. A fan if I need to cook with the hatches closed. Okay, so opposite that, I'll probably have to move some of these things here. Okay, so we've got solar. That's the charger. An inverter with the good old Aussie style plug and a deep cycle battery. Sitting under this port seat, there are a few little brass vents to keep things coolish. Oh, there's the radio. I just use a portable radio, and that can run off the inverter or just off batteries. So that's that side. I do have, let's see, cabin lights. I do have LED lights, just of course they're not going to look very nice when they're not syncing with the video, but I don't want them. German hurricane lamp running on lamp oil so that it's safe to burn indoors. Just a bit more storage under the front seat, some clothes and bits and pieces, and the bracket just made up out of aluminium and timber like the original plan, but a couple of... So now we go, this is just a charging station with 12 volt socket. It's in the table so I can sit here and charge up my phone if needed. Just a bit of plastic on the plywood table. Just storage. The way I did the kitchen, which is backwards, but probably a bit interesting. I had the cooler, then I had the gas cooker. So I made those two compartments first to fit both of them, position them where I thought would be the best place to put them, and then I made the drawer to fit the gap, and got any crates or drawers or containers just to fit in the available gaps. Oh, there's a remote hanging up there. That's just for the lights, so I can dim them at night if I want. Step, so that's a bit of hue and pine, that's removable, and just one step out. Now we're outside in the rear cockpit, so I've got captain seat, outboard with an extension which is adjustable so I can lean against the rear bulkhead and use that. Horn and light switch. Emergency pedal required by law. Little Garmin depth sounder, so I know I'm not running aground. I need at least 6 inches, of course. Numerous fenders and bits and pieces. So the Bimini, perhaps if I show you, if I can get closer, the fitting, that's a bit messy. It's been sitting outside most of the winter and in the snow and bits and pieces. So the Bimini clips on there, clips in there, It's a 3-pole, cut down a little so it's lower. Then I've just got 2 clips on this rear frame, the bits. That cable goes to the Garmin sender unit under the floor. I didn't want to cut that, so I just coiled that up, fastened it there. There's a charging cable that comes out of the outboard. It's a Daihatsu 6 horsepower, high thrust with charging. And that's about all there is to the whole of the nutshell. Sliding hatch goes into that, it's called a garage. Any water that collects on the top runs down the sides into the channel and then drips down here onto the floor and out through the scuppers. So it's been very successful, very waterproof. There's some PTFE tape just here put in on the bottom of the track so it slides really well. And I haven't had to do any maintenance to it, it's just 1/2-inch ply. And the fittings inside the locks, that one locks the hatch, there's one on the bottom that locks the door, and then the 2 panels are locked with a padlock when needed. Vinyl stickers decorate that with some ventilation. So I've got ventilation in both doors, both portholes can open, they've got fly screens. I've got a fly screen to go under the forward hatch, so at night if it's hot I can leave the hatch up a bit with the fly screen and let the mosquitoes stay outside. So that's the inside tour and a bit of outside. And that's the nutshell. The floor coverings are just tiles. Just fit together. I should probably glue them, but that's how the edges all fit. You probably get them in every country in the world, made in China. And as I said to someone, this curtain, I can unhook it from here and hook it up to several other places, so I can block off the bedroom unit or just the toilet or just leave it off altogether. But I just let it hang so it doesn't get all creased and horrible. I haven't had any mould yet. There is a moisture absorber. That's binoculars. There's a that's the gas. There's some moisture absorbers just to catch any moisture that might collect. And it's been pretty good, I haven't had to empty that yet. Some more fenders, bag of clothes. Yep, so that's the nutshell. It's been going really well. Cruises, if you can call it cruising, it moves along about 5 knots. And that's about the maximum. I've been up to 6, but that was with the tide. So it's just nice. I'll put the kettle on, I think. Have a cuppa. Thanks for staying with it, and I'll catch you on the next one.